Good morning, Alan. Hello, everyone else. I'm Terry. Welcome to TARDIS Spider. Today, the screaming companions in classic Doctor Who. But before that, please like and subscribe. Now, in classic Doctor Who, the female companions are often stereotyped as being screamers. I don't think this is true. So let's rank the female companions on their level of screaming, from least likely to scream to most likely to scream. And do you think the companions were screamers? Leela, warrior of the 17. When Leela's tribe, the 17, united with the Tesh, Leela was nominated to be the leader of the tribe. To escape this, she would force her way into the TARDIS, preferring danger and adventure. Leela had an if in doubt, kill it mentality. So you may surprise Leela, but she won't scream. She may kill you. Romana, both Mary Tam and Lalla Ward. The Time Lord, Romana Varatna Lundar, joined the Doctor in his quest for the key to time. As a Time Lord, Romana has knowledge of many species throughout time and space and their appearances. So again, you may surprise her, but a scream would not be a first response for Romana. Ace. Ace somehow was transported from her time and world to Ice World, where she joined the Doctor. The Doctor quietly took her under his wing, grooming her, in the mind of many, to someday become a Time Lord herself. She may blow you up, but scream, no. Barbara Wright. Barbara, along with Ian Chesterton, burst into the TARDIS in the first episode, an unearthly child. In one aspect, they are two ordinary people. To tell the truth, though, Barbara and Ian are really not ordinary. Yes, in the opening story, she is confused, anxious, and scared, reacting more realistically than any human companion ever will again. She had regained her composure only to meet an alien/monster for the first time, a Dalek. Again, terrified, she would of course scream. Is anyone here going to admit that they would do less? Also, the storytelling in these first stories is so much different. More importantly, everything, and I do mean everything, is new to us, to the writers, to the actors, to everyone. Moving forward, Barbara would be a strong, intelligent companion. I would not consider Barbara Wright to be a screamer. Liz Shaw. Liz Shaw is recruited by the Brigadier to be the scientific advisor for UNIT, only for the newly regenerated Doctor to basically relegate her to his assistant. With only 4 Earthbound stories, she never really let loose with a scream in shock or fear. Vicky. When the spaceship that carried Vicky and her father crashed, Vicky and Bennett are the only survivors. Unknown to Vicky, Bennett has murdered the entire crew, and he believes the people of Dido. Rescued by the Doctor, Ian, and Barbara, she will join the TARDIS crew. Being from the future, with space travel common, seeing aliens does not leave her in shock or fear. Not much of a screamer. Zoe Harriet. Zoe is a super intelligent companion from the future. She was stationed on the Wheel when she joined the Doctor and Jamie in facing the Cybermen. Before further adventures with the Doctor, she will be shown previous alien encounters. So, super smart and already aware of the dangers, Zoe was not a screamer. Sarah Jane Smith. This resourceful and independent journalist faces both time travel and alien races in her first encounter with the Doctor, showing her to be brave and ready to step into the breach from day one. Her initial mistrust of the Doctor quickly passes, and she will become the Doctor's best friend. Witnessing his regeneration into the Fourth Doctor. She can be startled, but this strong woman seldom, if ever, screams out in fear. She will stay at the Doctor's side throughout the years and will re-encounter the Third Doctor in the story The Five Doctors, and will be reunited with the Doctor in his 10th regeneration. Nyssa of Traken. Nyssa of Traken is the daughter of Tremas. She became a companion under traumatic circumstances. Her father, stepmother, in fact, her entire world all fell victim to the Master. She is transported to Logopolis by the Watcher, there joining Adric and Tegan. Nyssa is learned, yet young and naive. Still, you may shock her into a scream, but rarely would this trauma-hardened soul scream in fear. Tegan Jovanka, argumentative, self-assured air hostess Tegan Jovanka, burst into the TARDIS. Death often featured in Tegan's stories. Her auntie Vanessa, Adric, and her final story, Resurrection of the Daleks. Traveling with the Doctor was no longer fun, and Tegan stayed in 20th century England. Tegan was never terrified. Frightened or surprised could happen, but she would probably have argued with you first. Perpigillium Brown. Perry is a bored American college student who will find herself in the alien environment of the TARDIS after being rescued from drowning by Turlough. Strong-willed and intelligent, she may be startled, yet she will push forward, even if she is put off by the appearances of the aliens that she meets. Jo Grant. With a good word from an influential uncle in the United Nations, Jo Grant was able to join UNIT. Not wanting an untrained agent, the Brigadier would assign her as the Doctor's assistant. Eager to prove herself, she would ruin an experiment by the Doctor almost immediately. Yet she would prove to be loyal, brave, and not afraid to throw herself into the way of harm to protect the Doctor. While she would call out urgently for the Doctor, it could not be said that she would scream out in fear very often. Dodo. Dorothea Chaplet rushed into the TARDIS on her way home from school, understandably mistaking it for a police box. Despite her Cockney accent and her constant use of 60s slang, she reminded the Doctor of Susan. She remained with the Doctor until the TARDIS finally arrived back in her own time, England, 1966. An encounter with Wotan left her hypnotized for a while, so she stayed in England to recover. Dodo was never much of a screamer at all. Polly Wright. Working for an early computer artificial intelligence expert, she would become involved in the Doctor's battle with Wotan. Polly is curious and smart. Yes, a giant crab could produce a scream, but I think of her as curious, smart, and loyal. Screamer does not come to mind. Susan Foreman. Susan, we really did not know her last name, is the Doctor's granddaughter. Together they have run away from their homeworld. As an alien, you would think she would not be much of a screamer, though she sometimes shows her youth being a mild screamer, though she turns her ankle with the best. Melanie Bush, better known as Mel. Mel is a young fitness fanatic who, as a computer expert, an often used term to explain someone being very smart during this era in which classic Doctor Who was made, is full of energy and curious. Mel would often walk full speed into danger, which often led to a loud, piercing scream. Mel is definitely one of the screamers. Victoria Waterfield. Victoria joined the Doctor and Jamie after her dying father made the Doctor her guardian. Young, with no knowledge of other worlds or races, Victoria screamed loud and often. Her screams would destroy the weed creatures in the fury from the deep. This is her last story. Victoria is the screamer in classic Doctor Who, bar none. Well, that's a look at the screamers in classic Doctor Who. Leela and Ace are the least likely to scream, with Victoria followed by Mel the most likely to scream. But truthfully, as a whole, the classic female companions were not screamers. All of them screamed at least once. Yet, wouldn't we? And if it was a truthful representation of a human being pulled out of time and put in the fast-paced world of the Doctor, we would all be screamers. So did they scream? Yes. Except for Victoria and maybe Mel, are they screamers? No. So enjoy classic Doctor Who, enjoy your journey through time and space, and please never ever forget, a child cannot have a favorite book if they do not have one. Give a child a book today. Good night.